film. When you picked up your tickets, you were asked to sign into this event. If you chose not to, that's perfectly fine. I just want to reassure you that if you did sign in, all we're using that for is we'll send you an email with a survey that asks what you thought of tonight's events, and we'll use that to shape future events and future programming. It won't be used for anything else. So if you did sign in, you should receive one email from us. If you didn't, that's totally fine, and we appreciate you being here tonight. I also want to extend special thanks to SGA, UNCW's Student Government Association, for their generous sponsorship of this event after Tiller. For those of you who don't know, George Tiller was an American physician from Wichita, Kansas. He gained national attention as the medical director of Women's Healthcare Services, one of only 3 clinics nationwide to provide late-term abortions. He was also a husband and a father of 4. For his work and dedication, Tiller was frequently targeted with protests and violence by groups and individuals opposed to abortion. His clinic was firebombed in 1986. He was shot in both arms by anti-abortion activist Shelley Shannon in 1993. And finally, on May 31st, 2009, Tiller was shot through the eye and killed by anti-abortion activist Scott Roeder, as Tiller served as an usher during the Sunday morning service at his church in Wichita, Kansas. To honor his dedication and continue his work, 4 brave doctors, Dr. Leroy Carhart, Dr. Warren Hearn, Dr. Susan Robinson, and Dr. Shelley Sella, continued his work as it soon became their work. This film, After Tiller, profiles these heroic doctors and the agonizing stories of their patients. It also works to help all people on the choice spectrum come to better understand late-term abortions. Late-term abortions are by far the most regulated reproductive health decision, and the procedure is often misunderstood and all too frequently misrepresented. Unfortunately, this all serves to increase the stigma and trauma patients needing late-term abortions experience and demonizes the work of these physicians. Hopefully, watching this film will allow us greater insight into this procedure, the doctors who perform it, and the patients forced to struggle with the decision. Importantly, let it serve to turn down the volume on a discussion that needs to be conducted with sensitivity and compassion, not yelling and vitriol. To help us a bit with this discussion, I'd like to welcome Leslie Bellowo, who is a representative from NARAL Pro-Choice North Carolina, who's a field organizer and has a few words for us.
So I'm a field organizer with NARAL Pro-Choice North Carolina, and I just wanted to quickly talk to you about what's actually happening in the state in terms of our politics. Does anyone know what happened in the summer, all of the big laws that really affected North Carolina back then? Okay, so basically we had a law pass, a bill, SB 353, and it's really part of a coordinated national effort to limit reproductive freedom and chip away at access to reproductive health care by any means necessary. So this is really, really scary for North Carolina. And basically what SB 353 is a legislation that was passed by extremists in the NC General Assembly and signed into law by Governor McCrory, our favorite. The law creates sweeping and egregious restrictions on access to comprehensive reproductive health care. And SB 353 is a trap law, and as I said, a trap law is targeted regulations of abortion providers. And the most dangerous aspect of the law is that it gives the Department of Health and Human Services access to, or it gives them the power to make regulations against these women healthcare centers. And if anti-choice politicians get their way, instead of increasing health and safety for women, these restrictions will likely make safe and legal abortion care even more difficult to obtain in North Carolina, as it is already hard to obtain. We currently only have 4 clinics that provide safe and legal abortion in the entire state, which means that about 76% of women don't have easy access to healthcare. And so this could make it even harder. And so there are a few things that you can do about it. You can spread the word about these impacts. We really appreciate everyone coming out and watching this film. It's really important, and I think it's going to resonate some pretty uncomfortable feelings for people. And so I kind of want to open the floor, and I would love to facilitate a talk back if you guys have any opinions, want to share some stuff that came up for you, I'd be happy to do that. But if you want to leave too, that's totally fine as well. I just wanted to put it out there. But thank you so much for having me, and please enjoy the show.